The chosen one. Something you lost has resulted in an unexpected gain. Today is more than simply another day. This is a heavenly announcement. The spiritual tide has changed, and what was once lost is making its way back to you. There is a tremendous energy heading your way, and this time it isn't only to make you feel better. It has come to repair, replenish, and reward. You have sobbed about it. You've wondered why it slipped from your hands. But listen to this reality. What you lost was not lost forever. It was getting ready to return better, stronger, and multiplied. The season of sadness is being replaced by a season of heavenly recuperation. Unexpected wealth is now orbiting your life. Nothing can halt what is already in motion. Before we go any further, please read the full message. Watch till the finish because there is a mystical thread woven into every word, and I guarantee it will speak to you in ways that resonate with your soul. Please leave your fondest wishes in the comments and type 777 to send it into space. This is more than just a video. It is a spiritual covenant, a chapter in which your aspirations reverberate and return as miracles come true. When said with trust. Now, choose one like this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. Let we begin. You may not know it yet, but you are presently aligned with an unseen blueprint that has always been yours. You did not miss out. You did not squander the chance. You were not rejected. It was a heavenly delay, a holy halt intended to prepare you for the precise form of the blessing you deserve, rather than the inferior one you attempted to settle for. You believed everything was over, but it was only concealed. You assumed it was taken, but it was just stored. And now the sky are communicating that it's time. There's a reason you've been experiencing this tug. A stirring, unusual calm, right after all that turmoil. That is not your imagination. It's an echo of your repair. What has vanished from your life? A dream, connection, opportunity, or breakthrough is making its way back to you. However, when it returns, it will not be the same as before. It will seem to be a successful outcome. The universe is collecting what belongs to you and packaging it with clarity, calm, and growth. This is not about nostalgia or reliving past experiences. This is about elevation. You are not going back to square one. You're being propelled ahead by the knowledge you've received, the lessons you've digested, and the heavenly insight you wouldn't have had without the loss. The past has taught you strength. The quiet instilled faith in you. The separation taught you to align. Now the return will show you how favored you are. Many people didn't notice what was stolen from you. They simply saw the mask you wore as you attempted to smile. But the spiritual world took note. Your tears did not go unnoticed. Your anguish did not echo into nothingness. There is a reason you felt watched. Even in your loneliness, heaven was watching, protecting, and recording. And what you believed was forgotten is now active. The chosen unexpected benefit is not merely financial. Sometimes healing seems overdue. Sometimes it's a reunion of purpose and opportunity. Sometimes it's the return of a dream that won't let you go. What's coming isn't arbitrary. The missing component is what puts everything together. You believed it was gone, but it was really circling in the upper worlds, waiting for the right time. Your energies, heart, and path may all accept it without opposition. You may have noticed that life has recently been curiously weighty, or even eerily silent. That is the quiet before the spiritual homecoming. Before the wind shifts, everything seems to be quiet. And when it happens, you'll feel it in your body, your dreams, and your surroundings. People may begin to return to your life not by chance, but as agents of repair. Possibilities that you once believed were buried will emerge like seeds finally given moisture. You are not just recuperating, you are being refreshed with God's benefits. What's returning will not perplex you. It will not deplete you. It will not arrive in disguise. It'll come with clarity and confirmation. You will not have to pursue it, negotiate it, or doubt your value because of it. This is how you'll know it's wonderful. When God restores, He makes it clear when the universe returns. Something is lost. It accomplishes so without causing disruption. This is not a test. It is the realization of what has always been yours. What you lost had to live your life so that you may be cleansed of the need to cling to the incorrect interpretation of the blessing. But you've grown. You've risen. You may now get it in its greatest form. That is exactly what this unanticipated benefit is. It's not just a return. It's your reward for being aligned. Your frequency has altered. You are no longer vibrating at the level of loss. You radiate heavenly retrieval energy. Don't be shocked if in the coming days you feel compelled to revisit items you put aside a long time ago. That is not regression. That is intuition. Awakening your spirit indicates that the route is reopening. Doors that were previously locked out of protection are now unlocking because you are prepared. Your heart is clearer. Your faith is stronger. Your timing is right. This is no coincidence. It is amazing choreography. You did not lose because you were weak. You lost because there was something bigger ahead that demanded a fresh version of yourself. And now you're strolling through that version. You've been through fire and come out polished. You faced the emptiness and emerged responsive. And what you're going toward now is the same thing that appeared to slip through your fingers before. It's back, and it's becoming better than before. You may feel unprepared. You may feel reluctant. That is all right. Restoration may often seem dreamlike. However, do not confuse your astonishment for unworthiness. You are more than deserving. You were picked. And it implies nothing was intended for you. Can be permanently lost. Let that be your truth. Let it inspire your confidence as you enter the return season. This is not about proving yourself. This is about receiving oneself. The aspects of your life that were halted are now being pushed. Play the dreams that were postponed or released. The opportunities that were previously blocked are being reopened. What's coming is more than simply recompense. It's a celebration. The cosmos does more than simply pay you back. It also pays you forward. That is exactly what is occurring right now. The indications will be unmistakable. Pay close attention to recurring symbols, odd occurrences, and heavenly timing that is too flawless to be explained rationally. That's not a coincidence. This is confirmation. You're entering a place where what was stolen is returned but improved. You are being divinely compensated not just for what you lost, but also for how graciously you handled the loss. Maintain your positive attitude. The storm did not shatter you. It created you. The stillness did not weaken you. It shaped you. And the defeat does not disqualify you. It differentiated you. You are not the same individual who previously lost that item. You are more grounded, perceptive, and strong. That's why it can now return. It's coming to meet the version of you who can handle it with knowledge rather than fear. You have waited long enough. You've been trusting for too long. It's time to collect. You believed, not pleaded. You did not push it, but rather flowed. Restoration has come. Unexpected profit is no longer a dream. It is an actuality in motion. Be ready. Be open. Be willing. Because what you've lost is returning. And this time, it brings more than you could have anticipated. After a miraculous change, there is a particular hush in the soul that seems different than before. It is not the quiet of absence, but rather the stillness of preparation. The chosen one. You've been wandering through the silence, unaware that it was a sign of something returning to you. What you lost did not disappear. It did not disappear into the emptiness. It was cocooned in heavenly protection and stored away. Not forgotten, but polished. And now the gates are starting to open. You are being observed by spiritual powers, both bright and evil. Because what is going to return to you is out of the usual. It has power. It carries fate. It reflects a portion of your calling, alignment, and divine path. This return is more than simply a restoration. It is a re-establishment of your power in the domain you were meant to rule. You did not come to Earth to suffer under the weight of loss. You came to overcome it and regain what was yours by everlasting decree. This benefit is returning back to you. It does not knock quietly. It does not whisper in secret. It comes with heavenly might. It penetrates with clarity. It broadcasts a message that even your adversaries will hear. You were never forgotten. You were only being positioned at the exact time you felt forgotten, when God was prepared to elevate you above the clamor, diversions, and lies. When you are selected, the opposition does more than merely attempt to stop you. He attempts to steal your memories. He wants to make you forget what formerly was in your soul. He attempts to destroy your vision, divert your attention, and make you question what you already have. But now you're waking up to what can't be denied. The dream has risen anew. The lucidity is returning. The light is gleaming, exactly where the darkness fought to stay. What makes this return so profound is because it comes without any burden. It no longer carries the weight it once did. People, initiatives, and plans. They are no longer associated with anxiety. You do not need to perform to demonstrate your value this time. Acceptance does not need you to shrink. You are getting this because your soul is in sync with your mission. Expect the reintroduction of what was previously gone. But remember this, you are not being welcomed back to the past. You are being promised an updated, higher future that maintains the original promise. The promise never expired. It was just maturing, waiting for the soil of your soul to be prepared. And now you're ready, not simply in action, but also in identity. This time, you'll see the heavenly timing. You will not hurry it. You will not doubt it. You will flow with it because your soul is ready. You are suddenly excited about something that used to terrify you. What previously terrified you has now inspired you. What previously seemed unattainable now becomes unavoidable. That is the energy of return. That is the vibration of favor. You will feel it in your body before it reaches your hands. That sensation of tranquility you've been feeling recently. That instantaneous rush of inspiration, the sense that something is going to happen. That is not wishful thinking. That is divine data. That is your spiritual radar, picking up the frequency of return. It is coming. It is moving. It is unavoidable. Don't seek for it in the same shape it originally had. Yes, the essence will feel familiar, but the packaging will be fresh. You could discover it in a fresh opportunity that appears just where a door previously shut. You can find it in a discussion that rekindles something you buried. You could come across it in an email or a phone call. A miraculous meeting disrupts your routine. Be present. Stay vigilant. This return does not come with flashing lights. It arrives with a subtle confirmation. You'll know it's for you when your soul says yes before your head can react. Your heart will identify the frequency. This is a soul-level return. It defies reasoning and settles on faith. You may have believed the delay disqualified you, but in reality, it purified you. You may have thought time took it away, but time tripled its worth. You are now getting not just what you lost, but a version of it that has been through heaven's hands. It has been touched by metamorphosis, infused with heavenly force, and steeped in miraculous time. And after it arrives, it will not need validation. It will not need an explanation. Those who formerly questioned you will be perplexed, but you'll remain calm. You will not even have to justify your blessing. Your own existence will serve as proof. Your calm will be the proof. Your shine will speak for itself. The chosen one. This is why you had to face your loneliness. This is why the season of stillness was required. Because something strong is returning. And you had to recover from the trauma of losing it the first time. You required your trust to grow larger than your fear. You needed to learn that just because something departs does not imply it is gone forever. You're not broken. You're not behind. You aren't empty. You are caught between the echoes of what was and the actuality of what is returning. Do not overlook the transformation that is going place. Even today, your soul feels it before your eyes do, and your energy has already begun to draw the return. This is not a recovery. It is a resurrection. Everything you believed was over is now being rewritten. Everything you counted out is being tallied back in. Everything you felt you had lost is returning in a form that no one can take from you again. Hold your head high. Allow thankfulness to fill your spirit. Let tranquility guide your ways. Because what is returning is not solely yours. This is your prize for not giving up, not settling, not quitting. It proves that the divine keeps his promises. The cosmos never loses sight of what belongs to the chosen. Prepare yourself. What's returning to you is larger than what you recall. The chosen one. Something spectacular is occurring behind the scenes in your life. And although it may seem modest, the spiritual activity around you is far from insignificant. The energy around you is accelerating. and why miraculous delivery is being finished. What was previously lost is being rerouted right into your life. But this time, it's about elevation, growth, and establishment. You are no longer seen through the prism of who you were before you lost it. You are now regarded through the prism of the person you have become as a result of that loss. That is the key. The version of you who suffered no longer governs your life. The version of yourself that learned from pain now has control. That adjustment alone has swung the spiritual tide in your favor. The returning blessing is more than just having something again. It is about having you again. Your brightness, power, clarity, and truth. This whole comeback was not random. It is revenge. It is spiritual justice. You've been through injustice, spiritual assaults, and treachery that stifled your voice and eroded your confidence. However, it never erased your destiny. In reality, everything the adversary intended to destroy was utilized to teach you. You were trained in the dark, how to perceive light. You were schooled in sorrow, how to maintain love. You were trained in lack, how to identify abundance. And now the exam is over. Heaven ruled in your favor. And the end effect is the restoration of what you thought was lost for good, better, brighter, and irreversibly yours. Expect to see traces of this in even the slightest aspects. First, there is a sudden revival of delight with no apparent explanation. Where there was once concern, there is now a weird sensation of tranquility. People are reaching out with information or gestures that seem too similar to be accidental. These are confirmations. The spiritual world is planning a return with tangible implications, and you're in the core of it. You've undoubtedly noticed that you've been dropping stuff recently, including routines, attitudes, and even relationships. That's not an accident. That is preparing for the delivery of something divine. Anything that cannot support it should be deleted. Your life has been in a spiritual cleaning period, not to punish you, but to create place for a blessing that will not compete with what previously exhausted you. This return gain is not fragile. It is fortified. It is sealed with divine timing. It will not demand any bustle, bartering, or begging. It will come to you like a river pouring into its natural basin because you have always been its destination. You are always its task. You are the legitimate heir of this apparition. And here's what makes this moment even more impactful. You will not sabotage it this time. You have grown. You've recovered. You've seen what happens when you settle for something that only partly reflects your value. You recognize the indicators of misalignment. You now know what it's like to get bogus support. You've seen delay disguised as love. And now that you've perfected discernment, you're ready to conquer plenty. There's something spiritual in reclaiming what was already lost. It is not about ego. It's about restoring your heavenly timeline. This return confirms that you were never wrong to hope, believe, or wait. You were just associated with a form of the blessing that would not exist until you developed. Chosen one. People will see this and believe it came out of nowhere. But you'll know it originated from somewhere, from the prayers you muttered with tears in your eyes, from the effort you put into keeping cheerful when everything around you seemed chaotic, from the profound, quiet trust that no one witnessed but heaven recorded. That's what is returning. That is an echo of your spiritual investment. Now, cashing out.